What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and I'm going to be talking about something that makes no sense, but you guys know it's Madden, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to jump right into it. A lot of you guys have been asking me questions about the new Ted Hendricks. Okay, G, his numbers are really garbage. Is it worth it to go ahead and grab this guy? Because he has a 70-man coverage, or something like that. Well, 71 when he's actually chemmed up, and then, outside of that, he does get a discounted ability as a zone archetype for deep route KO. So this is what I'm talking about. When people are like, yo, G, why are you always raging about Madden? It's because it has the potential to be one of the greatest games available. But it just seems like they go out of their way to just do things that make absolutely no sense. So there's a lot of things going on here. Some of the questions that I got, yo, G, he's a zone archetype. What's EA smoking? I have no idea. I play this game and still do not realize why I'm playing it. So I'm the wrong person to ask about that. But this is absolutely idiotic and it makes no sense. But I think the reasoning behind why they did this is they don't want you to be able to have a 1 AP deep out zone KO. And I'm going to explain to you guys why that is. Realistically, what's happening with the game, I'm going to show you guys this clip. I actually saved it, right? Let me go over here and show you what's going on. So this guy that I was playing, I want you guys to see what happened. Can I make this screen actually big? Let me go to the actual thing so I can bring it up for you guys so you guys can actually see it big on the screen. That way, it's a little bit easier. Right here, it should be full screen for you guys. So right here, right? You see like how Calvin Johnson is a corner this year. So my Calvin is going against his Calvin. And he has pick artist, which is 0 on Calvin, I believe, and deep out zone KO. So I think EA did that purposely because if you also make another zone archetype player get those same abilities for one, you're going to kind of, with the ability situation, it makes it very awkward. Because now you got two lockdown corners on the side for just 2 AP. They're giving you that one to save AP, but it makes sense because they took away Calvin from being a free safety like he usually is and made him a corner because everybody's getting Moss this year. So I just want you to see what happens, right? So I did that to show you guys it doesn't really matter. When you play me, I'm still going to Moss you. All right, now my Calvin still mossed him. It got a crazy animation, but just to give you guys an idea about why I'm showing you that, the other side, he used a Night Train lane with the pick artist. I could have gone either side, but I went to the side that was one-on-one with him not going over to it, because you can see he tried to run over there at the last minute. So once I saw him doing that, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go ahead and deal with that, because although Carmichael had double me, he's probably going to still drop the ball because double me is not as good in Madden 23. So the reason that I saved that clip to show you guys, if they also give you Ted Hendricks for 1 AP, right, with zone out and also pick artist, it's going to ruin the game defensively. Now, I do want to point out, he gets Acrobat, okay? He can get Acrobat and also get the deep out, right, for 5. That's not bad. I gave him tip drill just in case the ball's bouncing around and everybody's being stupid. It's a chance he might actually intercept the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gave it to him. But you can still get it for 2, which corresponds to the way that the zones are. Most of the zone archetypes get it for 2 AP. You get those guys that are discounted, but most of the zone guys get it for 2. In this case, they gave him like a man version in a single box like they did with Rod Woodson earlier. They gave him like a deep route KO for 1 just randomly. Now, the next question is, the top question that I'm getting about this is, all right, G, I run a man scheme, right? I know it doesn't make sense that he has a 71-man coverage, but if I give him the ability, will he play well? The answer to that is 100% yes. You will not get burnt over the top if you run this defense like the 3-3s or the dollar in man, okay, as if he has deep route KO. If you're running a straight streak, you're not going to beat him over the top unless you motion glitch or something like that. If you just go ahead and run straight streaks, this man will not get beat deep. And when they throw the ball, you will pick it off because he's fast enough to be able to go over there and get it. All right. So although his man coverage is 71, it really doesn't matter. It's Madden, right? The abilities rule everything. So if you run man coverage, it would make sense to grab him and do that. In my scheme, I don't run man. I'm a zone coverage type of guy. No Shannon Sharp though. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much why I'd rather just spend the 2 and just have that and just say, you know what? We don't got no pick artists. So you see what EA did? They didn't give him pick artists for 1 or anything like that. And I don't even think you could get both on this guy unless you get pick artists in this one. And then I guess you go pick artists in mid zone. And then mid zone is relatively useless because by the time they throw the ball deep, you're pretty much done in most cases. So you know, I would argue that his abilities are stupid. You know, I would say, you know what, I don't know what they're doing. But if you wanted to give him pick artist, that's 2 also. So either way, it'll be bad. His card is not meant to be overpowered like that, unless you're gonna run around with him as a user. In most cases, I wouldn't recommend using a 2 AP user. I just don't think it's smart, because there's so many other players, even at sub linebacker. Like currently, we are using Atwater with 0 AP pick artist. All right, like straight 0 AP pick artist. Where is he? He's right there. All right, so that's what I would urge you guys to do, because he doesn't get the right abilities. Get someone that has a 0 AP pick artist, and then you go from there. And then speaking of you know, Atwater, they did his buckets very well. Like, he's a zone archetype. He has that for 1. He has pick artist for 0, but he's 6'3". So you can't really go crazy. If you want to invest and make Hendricks OP, you can give him all of those other abilities, but you're going to spend more. And then it comes back to the defensive line, where I know a lot of you guys think that defensive line doesn't matter, but I actually labbed it, and I gave my players 0 AP abilities. Like Reggie White, I gave him like the 0 AP, what was that? I'm going to go to it and show you, because it's like so many dumb, stupid abilities that don't work. The Bull Rush one, El Toro, right? I gave him this for 0, and I took, I gave LT pick artist because he gets it for 0. And then I played a game giving them back their abilities night and day. So the abilities, although they don't work consistently, it does help you to get more pressure in different situations. So I would definitely be careful about making your players not have defensive end, you know, defensive line, things like that, those type of abilities, because it won't work out. And just so you guys know, most of the changes that I made, I did it before I went into this current MUT Champs. And right now, I'll let you guys see what my record is right now, because I'm usually labbing stuff after I get, you know, what I'm looking for. Like after I maxed out the field pass, I'm usually just labbing. Right now, we're 19-1. So with the way that we've been playing the game is pretty much the way I've been showing it to you, and the way that I've been going over a lot of what's happening. And yes, we did max out competitive pass again. We've been doing it consecutively every 2 weeks. All right, and I've been giving you guys tips on how to do that and how I do it. So if you're subscribed to the channel and you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, all at GmiasWorld, you'll know everything you need to know about it. All right, so the bottom line is both of these players can be useful, both the new Calvin at corner and, you know, the Hendricks, but he is the better player, okay? And also, like you see the 1 and the 0, and I showed you guys what happens to him. Yes, he'll still get mossed, but his numbers are very, very good, and they did a good job with you know, with all of his numbers. But they can't possibly make 2 OP players that are used for that little AP. They have to give, you know, it has to be a give and take, because they've got to make something not balanced. And that's why Teddy Hendricks buckets are, you know, not right, in my opinion. I think that's why they made it so that it's harder for you to get it and save the AP, because that's what the advantage is about in this game. It's all about the AP. So I would urge you guys to grab a Calvin Johnson, although I just showed you him getting mossed, and grab you Teddy Hendricks and just let him play safety with the deep out for 2. And just make it work with the other abilities. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. One love, y'all.